So a big way you can see a culture's norms is during a big event, a big tradition. I grew up in Morton, so we had a few unique customs, such as going insane for like 4 days every fall because of squash. Okay, obviously that's kind of a silly one, but that's a big tradition, right? So these norms like my finger's been in the way the whole time. I'm not going to redo the video. So these norms like, I will go and eat pumpkin ice cream. I will stand in a line for an hour to eat pumpkin ice cream. That's a norm in the society of ding-dong weirdos who live in Wharton, like me. But we also see a lot of norms in any society that deal with big life events. Think about all the norms that have to do, norms and customs meaning the same thing, right? That have to do with like a wedding or when a baby is born, or like at the beginning of our book, Gathering Blue, when someone dies. What are some of the norms that you can think of that have to do with a funeral or somebody's death? A big one would be the obvious, like wearing black, right? Why do people wear black to a funeral? Because it's kind of considered to be respectful. It's considered a color that shows you're sad that the person died. You would look kind of weird if you showed up in like a Hawaiian shirt or just your oldest, grubbiest jeans and t-shirt, right? You want to look nice and presentable as a way of respect because that's a custom, a social custom or norm that we have ascribed to funerals. But in the beginning of this book, we have some really different norms. For instance, you have to go to some place called the Field of Leaving and bring a dead body and then leave them for 4 days. And the norm seems to be based on a belief that their spirit or, who their essence of being a person fades away over those 4 days. Very interesting. So our main character, Kira, is doing a social custom of going for 4 days into the Field of Leaving with her mother's corpse. Yikes. What a way to start a book. And that seems to be the norms about death in this society. And as you read that, do you get the vibe that this is a very civilized, very uncivilized society, maybe somewhere in between, right? By the way, you can't answer that question wrong. As long as you tell me why you feel the way you feel, civilized, uncivilized, or somewhere in between, you'll be right as long as you give me some good reasoning from what you read and what your own experiences are. Pretty interesting way to start a story, huh?